it going, everybody? I'm Sean.
I'm Ryan.
And we're the Natural Gamers, and today we're going to be talking about a game that came out on this past Friday.
Oh my god.
I don't know if you know what it is.
Oh my god.
Elder Scrolls V Skyrim!
God, the long wait is over.
It's over.
It's been so long.
It's been 5 years since there's
A
been an
long
Elder Scrolls
time.
game.
Oh my god.
5 years.
Well worth it. Well worth it.
And it was well worth the wait. Totally.
God, I'm immersed in this game, and I think I'm in the world of Skyrim right now.
Yeah, I mean, probably really, and we've played pretty much every major release that came out this year.
The best.
Probably the best game. I will add the caveat that these games are not for everybody.
No.
They're not, because they're very long and like kind of deep games. Tedious, and you play for hours and hours and hours, and it kind of all depends on how lost you can get in that world.
Yes.
And they did such a good job with it. It's pretty easy. Because I was not a big Oblivion person.
Oh, I was. So I found it easy, to uphold and take.
No, I mean not because Oblivion was a bad game.
No,
it was just I never really got into it. And so I was excited for Skyrim, but I didn't think I was going to be so blown away by it. Absolutely, like, over the moon for this. I can't stop playing it. Like, we got it this weekend. We got it on Friday. We have one copy of this game, okay? And both of us have put in probably over 20 hours apiece on one copy of the game. So that should tell you what we did this weekend. And it was perfect. I was sick. I'm still getting a little bit sick. And it's a perfect game to play when you're sick. Just journey. Just fucking walking through mountains and fighting dragons.
Yeah, fuck fast traveling.
Yeah,
that shit.
Sometimes it's worth
walk the world, like just roam the world of Skyrim. Just not the world, but the province of Skyrim. Just fucking lose yourself and kill dragons, bandits, anything you.
Well, see, and that's the great thing about this game, and I think it's definitely something that because it's the same size as Oblivion, right?
Yes.
But the world just feels so much more populated and dense. You never go very long before you run into something or somebody making like a pilgrimage up to a shrine or run into a dragon or bandits or dungeons and caves and dilapidated castles and old forts that are covered in snow and
rapists.
Every game's got a rapist.
Every game has to have a rapist. This game's not real. It probably does have a rapist somewhere. It's probably some old, sniveling, weird old man in the corner.
Probably just in there, just naked, just jerking off, talking about Oblivion gates and showing you in his butthole.
Graphically, it's one of the best. Maybe not the best, but it's definitely.
It's not the best of the year, but you have to take into account the size.
This is a console game though. PC game is probably the best of the year. Don't you think?
Oh, for graphics?
For graphics.
It's gonna probably that or Battlefield 3.
Okay.
Because Battlefield 3 on the PC runs pretty fucking incredible.
Okay.
But on the PC it definitely looks leaps and bounds better than it does on consoles, but the console versions still look pretty damn good. They've not really added things actually. They took away things and they streamlined things. Especially the menu system. I noticed the menu system is 100 times easier to use. Then you can do the favorites list and you have that. So you have the kind of a quick tab.
Kind of like a hotkey.
Hotkey, almost like a hotkey. Definitely a lot easier than having to open up your inventory every single time you want to change a weapon or pull magic out. Now there's another cool thing they did: the left and right hand system.
2 magics.
Where you can do 2 magics, or you can hold a sword and a shield, or you can have magic in one hand and a sword, or you can have a 2-handed sword or weapon.
Which is what I think our kind of role is in Skyrim. It's just kind of
so far
the 2-handed warrior, the ruler of fucking Skyrim.
Too far, just all heavy armor, all heavy weapons, and just kind of go in bruising. Use our dragon shouts. That's another awesome thing.
That's a good thing about the dragon shouts is it doesn't use up your magicka, which is kind of has its own
recharge system.
Yeah, which is kind of a relief to people who are mages and stuff. It's not wasting.
No, it's a separate thing, and it's cool because as people probably know, there's the world is populated with dragons. They're kind of tough to kill, but once you're up to I'm around level 16. I can kill them almost Sometimes I might die once or something like that, but I can kill them. It's not that big of a deal, but you have an incentive because you're trying to get their souls so you can activate these dragon calls.
That you have to go around the world, the province of Skyrim looking for these
old ancient lost words of the dragon language.
Dragon language, Do not avoid the dragons. I don't know why you would avoid a dragon.
Yeah, because it's awesome.
Like he said, they're not hard to kill, and B, it's so rewarding.
It's so rewarding, but you have to have these awesome fights where they're kind of dragons aren't totally stupid.
No, they're not.
And actually, the AI in the game, not
terrible.
not the smartest AI in the world, but they will get the better hand. They'll get the upper hand on you, and you won't even realize it. If I were to give any advice, I'd say make sure you at least read every book. At least pick up every book.
And read. Don't necessarily read.
You don't have to read through the whole thing, but you can get skills and skill points and stuff like that, like towards your specific attributes, from a lot of books actually. A lot more than you think. And also save frequently. Do not just rely on the checkpoint.
Autosaves.
The autosave.
Because sometimes
anytime you do something you feel is significant for your character, even if it's just like you leveled up or you changed your armor around or anything like that, just save on your own. Because it happens a lot. Like you could just be wandering through a mountain and a bear can come up behind you and maul you to death, and you had no recourse. Only autosaves when you go into an area. So if you're like headed to a mission, if you're headed to like a cave or a dungeon, but you did like 40 minutes worth of traveling and exploring and stuff in between that, it didn't save in between that. It screwed me a couple times, and I learned my lesson. So anytime I do something significant,
you feel something's tough, you just save and you'll be safe because you're safe.
Yes.
The skill tree system is really easy to get. It's like really something you can adapt to really easy. It's something really easy to get used to. And it's just
it's almost self-explanatory.
Yeah. So what you want to, it's very specific in what you want to upgrade. So if you're like a two-handed warrior, you like to block, or you want your two-handed shit all the way up. Just
well, that's the cool thing. It allows you to directly level up whatever style you want to.
Yes.
Like so, and there's like there's probably 20 different separate like attribute type things, and we're talking about the different types of magics, different types of melee combat, different like armor, heavy armor, light armor. I mean, there are just so many different ways you can go.
Keep leveling up in the same skill tree. It'll kind of stop you because you have to be a certain level to level up.
You have to have a certain amount of these like points.
Yeah.
Basically, like you're at a level like 46, but it requires like a level 60. You have to have 60 points towards this to actually get the upgrade. So it makes it kind of probably. If you were in a rush, you could. It would force you to be a little bit more even keeled. Like, all right, well, I'll upgrade this because I can't do this yet. But if you really wanted to, you could just hold back your perk points. They're called, and you could just wait.
Well, it's long.
It's super long.
The longest game.
Yeah, like we said, we have not actually beat it yet, but we don't want to. Man, we're taking our time.
Yeah, I've probably I've played like 20-something hours, and I not really played the story missions. Kind of gone off in the other direction.
Well, we're done. Like we're like into like the Act 2 area of the story missions, but we're kind of going off and doing a lot of the side stuff now because that's like most of the fun of the game. Actually, I actually bought the strategy guide. I usually don't like doing that for these types of games, but for this one, like after I played it for about 12 hours, I was like, you know what, I want to get everything out of this game.
Yes.
So I use it more as a reference, not as a guide, but as a reference of like, so once I finish everything, I'm going to go back and just like every nook and cranny in this game I want to experience and explore.
Obviously you can't beat this in a week.
No, you can't. It's not like a rental type situation.
This is the game that's actually fine. Worth your time if you're into that kind of
Actually, out of all the games I bought this year, this feels like I was like, wow, that was worth. And it's only a single player game. It's not a multiplayer game. Like this is one
game.
Specific experience, and it was worth $60. It was worth every penny. And I think even if you had never played an Elder Scrolls game, or if you thought that this game just didn't interest you, there's something about it, you're just like, oh, I don't really like those kind of games or whatever, you're more of like a first-person shooter, an action-oriented game person, I would still say pick this up because like it starts off slow, but after that, like, just it's awesome. Like you literally cannot put it down.
No, 20 hours says so.
Like at this point, like I'm thinking like really might be my number one pick for game of the year.
Oh no fucking doubt about it. Everyone knows that.
Everyone knows.
Uncharted wasn't good enough, okay? Not to be game of the year. No, I'm sorry, but Modern Warfare 3, if it wins game of the year, then this world is doomed because that's fucking retarded. Battlefield 3.
No, that shouldn't win game of the year.
Shouldn't win, but
it shouldn't win.
This is Skyrim. This is the thing that all us Elder Scrolls fans have been waiting for, and they delivered, like perfectly.
Yeah.
This is what the fans wanted, and this is what it is.
Like stupid glitches aside, people might complain about that stuff, but that goes to the territory of the game this size.
Yeah. So much loads of content. Like so much detail.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like I don't know how they did it.
Crazy awesome.
At times you'd find lag.
Crazy fun.
You know what I mean?
The frame rate drops every once in a great while.
And you'd be like, oh, okay, and then it's done. It's over with. You just go fucking, go kill dragons.
It's not distracting enough. It's not big enough of a problem to be distracting. Well, I think that's gonna about do it for us. I mean, we really like the game.
Yeah. Definitely.
Remember to like our videos, subscribe, check us out on Facebook and Twitter, and I think that's the whole list of things that I would like you to do if you watch this video and if you enjoy it.
Yes.
If you don't like it, if you don't like it, dislike it,
and then subscribe.
So you can dislike the other videos, man.
Exactly.
So you can watch them like 2 or 3, show your friends, be like, hey, look how stupid these fuckers are.
Exactly. Fucking expect to see more Skyrim because we fucking love it.
Yeah.
That's fucking the truth.
We do. We're loving Skyrim, and if you haven't bought it yet, go out and buy it. Anyways, I'm Sean.
And I'm Ryan.
And we're the Natural Gamers, and we will see you next time we have something to talk about. Skyrim!